Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Beast versus YSC here on Polypoid. This replay is part of the RJB replay pack that he sent me a while ago. Top side, we got ourselves a green, like pea green Zerg player. It is going to be Beast. And in the bottom left, we have YSC in an off yellow color. I don't think this is actual yellow, but a little bit of a neon yellow. At least it shows up that way here and on the mini-map, but I don't know. Between the remastered pre-order skin, I'm not entirely sure it shows up on the Nexus. Okay, so it's a PvZ here. Beast struggles mightily with PvZ. So maybe we can see him get a win here. I swear, every single PvZ featuring Beast I have cast on the channel features a loss. But maybe today he can get a win here against YSC. Not saying he never wins PvZ, just I don't cast those on my channel. I'm not entirely sure why. Terror the Overlord. Yes, you're very seriously intent on scouting today. And hey, you found the Protoss. Huzzah! Well done, Terry. The Overmind sent you in the right direction. And you're going to report. Hey, boss. We found him. Boom. We found the Protoss. Unless it's some crazy proxy pylon from that bottom right all the way up here. But nah, definitely not. It's not a pylon, it's a gateway. So gateway here, pylon here. Overlord gets here, gets all the information. Probe getting all the information too. Sees the hatch first going down here from Beast. Says, all right, cool. So not going to be super aggressive Ling stuff. Let's go ahead. I can send my Zealots across. And you know what? Keep sending Zealots or maybe just expand. I'll be fine either way. Ah, this is so good. This is such a strong position to be in here right now from YSC. You can harass with the Zealots very easily if you want to. You can just throw down a Nexus if you feel like it too. I mean, just the world is your oyster right now. Probe. Continue to scout around. Really is just here to see how many Lings pop out of these eggs once the spawning pool is done. And maybe if a gas is taken at this point in time. So no gas. Good. Continually checking that. Trying to see what is up. And so far, so good. Probe staying alive. Really hasn't taken any hits from anything. Or, I mean, it's been healed up, right? Because that miss? How did that probe take a shot and still have 20 shields? Bug! There's a bug on this probe. Whatever. All right, so now Zealot says, look at this micro, trying to drone slow down the Zealot from getting here, buying more time for the Lings to pop. So we've immediately got 4 sets of Lings on the way, 3 in the main, 1 in the natural, recognizing this Zealot pressure is a big deal. Nice block off there, though. So the Zealot can't wander right into the mineral line and start getting damage done. Again, it just buys these precious few seconds to where the Zealot doesn't get free hits off on these drones, and no drones have died yet. And that is some really nice play from Beast, honestly. Second Zealot shows up in the natural, maybe going to try to murder stuff that way. On the other side, okay, this Zealot's going to die. He's just way fully surrounded. There's nowhere to go. Probably should have stayed up here if you didn't want that to happen. This Zealot, there we go, positioning himself in a better position behind the minerals here. And the Lings move out, but I mean, look. Forge on the wall off, right? Going to throw up a cannon, post-haste. The Lings, are they going to stop for the Zealot? Yes, they are going to stop for the Zealot. Going to try to kill this probe and the Zealot at the same time. This buddy, it's got 2 kills. It's a lot of Lings, though, and that's something the probe wanted to see, and the Zealot, too, I guess. Also, checking to see if there's a third base, and there's the third base, so the information is good. The number of Lings out, accurate, pretty accurate. The Zealot ends up getting 3 kills before it dies, which is pretty good. It's like a B on the Zealot grading system. And yeah, getting a cannon up here in case these Lings make a beeline over here. Start attacking the front and trying to get through this wall. So far, all right. Did any drones die there for Beast? I don't think they did. He's at a pretty happy 17 worker count. He had to make a lot of Lings, sure. That hurts his ability to produce drones for sure. He's got to choose one or the other. The larva is limited. The resources are kind of limited. But third base is here, now that should help with that immensely. On the other side, the aggression is over. The cybernetics core is now coming in. Gas has been taken for the Protoss. And a Hydralisk Den just finished for our guy Beast. Where is it? There it is. There is all its glory, the Hydralisk Den pulsing, as all Zerg buildings kinda do. Just a little bit of a living pulse. Whoop. I wonder when the decision was made to do that. Like, all the other buildings have something that moves too. right? I guess, no, cybernetics core are just static unless they're researching something, but... Yeah, no, I guess that's true. I guess Protoss and Terran buildings, they have animations, but they're not constantly moving. Yeah, to communicate that Zerg buildings are alive. And that's something they decided, you know, in 98, 97 when they were designing this game. Pretty cool stuff for sure. All right, what do we got? Man, this probe comes in for a scout. Beautiful. So, I mean, the Hydras obviously exist because they're killing you. So that wasn't as much information, but saw there wasn't a lair yet. So, I mean, sure, we don't have to deal with a lurker super fast. This could be like a 2.5 base Hydra timing, which it very, very much looks like right now. Speed's getting researched for them Hydras. A Stargate's on the way. Citadel of a Dune coming in, but that means speedlots are not going to be part of this for a while. Yeah, just pumping Hydras right now. Beast sat here out 23 drones. He's cut workers. He's making as many Hydras as possible, and he's going to try to bust this front. We'll see if YSC can hold it. Or not, but yeah, the Hydras have begun their engagement. Here they go. Hydras trying to attack that gateway without taking shots from the cannon, which is a little bit harder maybe to do than it sounds like. Slow Zealots are out here. The Lings are like, hey, we'll hit you too. They're just buying time. They're like, okay, once we have speed, we can get rid of these dudes. But for now, we just got to shove them away by time, so this gateway doesn't die. But at this stage, it looks like there's probably too much to ask. Hydra's, wait. Hydra's got speed, and now they're getting the range upgrade. So speed was first. He wants the reinforcements out here quickly. Corsair trying to kill Overlords. Going to be able to get maybe one of them here, depending on if more Hydras pop out there. But he's droning behind this. Beast is like, all right, cool. We're not going to all in right now. A lot's been devoted to cannons. And actually going faster for a Templar Archives than for Zealot legs, intriguingly enough. When speed's done, these Hydras should be able to start firing on that Forge, which isn't bothering to research anything because it knows it's probably dead anyway. That Corsair's got a kill. It's got an Overlord kill to its name. Not bad. Range for Hydras now. Yeah, there it is. Ling runs in to see what's what. Sees, okay, how's this one not attacking? Maybe it moves up a little bit, like sits here. Maybe that'll work. Quite possibly. So yeah, Storm's on the way because obviously Beast is putting a lot of resources into Hydras. And the more Storm you have, the better off you're going to be in that situation. I mean, yes. Do you want Storm no matter what the Zerg player is doing? Generally, absolutely yes. Is this Hydra seriously not in range? How? This Hydra, if it's not... What? I don't see a Forge. It doesn't matter. They didn't need him. Did end up taking down the Forge anyway, which, again, YSC was prepared for. So High Templar being produced because they need enough energy to throw down a Storm, and they can't when they're first out of the gateway. Got to regenerate some of that to get that 75, baby. Overlord comes in. I think pretty much was able to see those High Templar popping out here. He knows Storm is real, so we're just going to know. We're going to drone up. We're going to hold on to that third base. We're going to get Overlord faster speeds. We're going to get a fourth base down here. I'm loving that for him. And no static defense whatsoever to try to deal with the Corsair. Just put all Overlords in this area. Put some Hydras in there, and we will call them safe. Lurker aspect is now coming in, but, you know, how do you counter Storm as Zerg? You don't really. I mean, one thing that I always kind of like to do when I was playing StarCraft when I was younger, back in 98, 99, was get Queens and do spawn broodling on High Templar against Protoss. And I don't know why we don't really ever see that tried. I guess maybe just because Corsairs generally control the air in this matchup, and if you've got Queens roaming around, they just get picked off by the Corsairs and die. But I kind of feel like a Queen darting in from like off screen somewhere and just going pow, pow. Well, one, right? Not pow, pow. Just one. There's two Queens, though. So pow, pow. Two of the High Templar die. And hey, that's good. That like greatly improves the potency of your personal Zerg army when that happens. This Corsair, any more kills? Yeah, it's got two. Probably I would... Yeah, it's got to be Overlords because there's nothing else that flies right now. The Spire's not done yet. There are no Scourge tossing around. Trying to see what's what. Yeah, Overlords moving over here to where there's some Hydras to protect them. DT cruising around. It's got a single kill. Probably, I would guess... Well, maybe chase these guys out of here. Because, yeah, I mean, the Hydras have all been split up to different locations to try to defend the bases against DT harassment and against Corsair harassment. Beast is pretty happy with his 3-4 base scenario against this 2-basing Protoss. And I gotta say, can't blame him for that. It's looking really good financially for him. It's at 53. Oh, we went Mutas. Okay. You know Falcon's thoughts on Mutalisks in ZVP. It can work, but about 1 out of every 15 times it works. Not a fan of it. I'm just really... Ooh, Dark Archon coming in too. Love that. RJB does love sending me games with Dark Archons, and I appreciate it. Dark Archons are rare, man. They do not pop up in every game. And usually in PvZ, if they show up at all... Oh, I love the yellow spinny orbiters on him too, because the color is yellow here today. Remember that off neon yellow or whatever. All right, Muta's gonna come in here. The Corsair count isn't huge, so like I appreciate that. Oh, killing a High Templar instantly. Okay, the Mutas might have kind of just paid for themselves. Maelstrom's getting researched, but Dark Archon can't do anything about that now. It doesn't have the research for it yet. Dragoons are pretty good at shoving these Mutas away. It's not a huge commitment into Mutalisk. It's only 6. And then we're going Queen's Nest. We're getting Lurkers. We're still pumping Hydras. So, okay. Fine. Fine. I'm okay if you want to make... Oh, it's a big Zealot attack over here, though. At the 4th base. And all the Zealots are going to die, but they killed a bunch of workers. Actually, how many? A few. Oh, the drones came back into the war zone, though. Why would you do that? 2 more have gone down. Another one has died. Good grief. They're not dead yet. Beast. Beast, honestly, man. You just lost something like 5 to 10 drones there, and you didn't need to. Just keep them out until the Hydras and the Lurkers and the Mutas kill all of the Zealots and then put them back to work. Don't send them back to work in an absolute war zone, you crazy, crazy person, Beast. Okay. All right. I like you a lot. I like you a lot, Beast. We're rooting for you here as an underdog. And yeah, I main Zerg, so I definitely have a little bit of Zerg bias here. What's funny is I've had people accuse me before. Nice Maelstrom, though. Ah! Maelstrom Storm for the win. And all the Mutas are dead. Sick. Sick hit there from YSC, man. Absolutely disgustingly effective. Well done. I mean, is that game winning? Not really. Again, the Mutas were not the main component for the army here for Beast. He's got the Lurker Hydra stuff out. He's going for Dark Swarm. He's getting Metabolic Boost now at 12 minutes, which is fun. 3rd base coming in now for YSC. We were here for a battle, but now we're here for expanding. You know, just a bunch of Hydras trying to push on into this way. He knows the Maelstrom exists. He's a little bit wary of it, possibly. Anyway, more Lings coming in. I mean, Metabolic Boost is great, but also what's good is Adrenal Glands. But I assume... Yeah, there's the Hive. Wanted to get speed for the Lings first. Being able to run away from stuff is more important than being able to hit it really hard. Traditionally, that's how I feel about it. So Defiler Mound is on the way, maybe a little bit later than I want it to be. You know, just as a caster here. But yeah, the Protoss is looking good. Like, YSC weathered some early storm. You can deal with these Lurkers pretty easily with a little detection, which he doesn't. He does. He has an observer here. I don't know what that's all about, but hey, this is just buying time. Adrenal is now on the way. Okay, great. Look, it's only one spawning pool too, so you can't do both upgrades simultaneously. Just Beast is trying to hold on. He's 4 base to 3 base in it here. His Lings have speed, but not Adrenal. He's trying to pick stuff off here. The Lurkers are just buying bits and bits of time, because guess what? Defiler Mound is done. Consume gets immediately started. And here comes that Zerg right from the top side. Humongous attack from the top. Got a Dark Archon in the mix. Not really doing much of anything whatsoever. Not really taking any hits. Oh, there's the Maelstrom, though. Okay, just knocked about 7 of those Hydras out of the battle. But they don't die. They're vulnerable, but they don't take damage with Maelstrom. So they're back into the battle, and now they're chasing YSC away from this position. Man, what was that game that I cast on this map where it was like, oh, Dark Archon dead. Goodbye, Dark Archon. Good Maelstroms, though. Those are good. It was like 2 of the best Maelstroms I've seen on the channel, and you only cast 2, so can't complain too much about that one, friend. But yeah, it was like the Protoss was moving out, and it was the most perfect 360 surround attack I've ever seen from a Zerg player. He came from here and here and here and here and here and just nom, 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 swallowed it up. Because if Zerg can surround you, Zerg will kill you. If Zerg is attacking from one direction, you can kite them, right? They're not super fast. The Lings can't constantly attack something that's moving. You toss down storms as they chase you, and that's how you counter this, is you flee. It's the best thing you can do. Standing and fighting against overwhelming Zerg numbers is never going to work out. And then maybe in a position that you can hold with support of maybe some cannons, some direct reinforcements from the gateways that are nearby, then you can stand, and maybe you have to defend this base too, so you don't really have much of a choice, right? Right. 4th base is already done from YSC. So Beast did all this work to get up to 4 bases, and then the Protoss just kind of casually took 4 and said, hey, how about that? We're on even base count. 5th base trying to come in, though. I like that. I like that a lot. There's not a drone in here. Is that a random Hydralisk out in the middle of the map? Why? There's an Overlord here that apparently... Okay. I was like, what? Why is he not being attacked? Is he high ground? But there's a cannon right here. I don't know what that was at all. Ling's checking to make sure there's not a base here. They know there's not one there because that Ling is there. Trying to go for a Ling run by... Oh, High Templar, though. Ah, this attack was not good. Look, these are Adrenalings. Good. They're going to murder cannons. Cannons by time. They're not good against Adrenalings. They're way better against non-Adrenalings. And then a couple cannons die, but like maybe one went down there possibly. Potentially not even close. Plague on the way. More DTs in production here from YSC. He's got his gateways in some very nice SimCity here. This gateway on its own. But everything powered by at least a couple pylons. Just, you know, don't want to get Artosis pylon. Another attack into the 4th base. No, say the cannons. Not enough Lings for that. But the 5th base of Beast is now majorly under attack. Where is the Dark Swarm? The Zealots don't care about that, in all fairness. And, okay, so the Lurkers die anyway. Now the Storm countering everything that is brought up here by the Zerg player quite nicely. Lurkers dying by the score here. Yeah, just Lurker not going to stand up against Zealot Archon. Not even close. 5th base goes down for Beast. He tries to get revenge by coming down, maybe getting a surround on this army, preventing them from being able to flee. Like I said before, if the Protoss army cannot flee, they're in a bad position, but he does manage to get high ground here. So some of the Hydras aren't... Well, actually, I think all the Hydras are attacking, which means these Dragoons are trying to run, but there is just Zerg everywhere. So yes, he loses a base, but he wipes out everything that YSC has for an army, and it takes a little bit longer for a Protoss to rebuild their army than it does for a Zerg. More Zealots cruising around in the middle of the map here. DT support, +2 attack and +2 shields. Actually, not shields. Armor on the gateway units. The +1/+2 here for the Lings, and +2/+2 for the Hydras. All right. Good stuff. Have we seen any play? Is there any Dark Swarms at all yet? No. Beast, get with the picture. Your opponent has Psionic Storm. You really got to do something about that, man. You got to counter it with your own casting. Plaguing this group would be immensely good. I'm not even sure where a Defiler... There's one. There's a Defiler with enough energy for a Plague. Trying to bait him in here. There it is. Perfect. Nah, pretty good Plague there. Not as good as I thought it was going to be. But the Storm is good, but the Plagued Zealots are not happy about having to fight here. But the Storm is super good anyway. Oh, the Storms constantly. How many Storms does the Protoss have? Well, there's always one more. It's like an infinity +1 math problem. But Hydras and Lings are infinite as well. How many Lings and Hydras can a Zerg player make? All of them. Continuing to pump in right now, turning the High Templar into Archons, where they still have some really, really nice viability, especially here against Zerg. Hydras are the answer to the Archons. The Lings inside Dark Swarm do okay. They still take splash damage from the Archons, as we all know. Lings chasing this down. Do kill this High Templar. I know you want the Archons so bad. But, like, focus... Okay, so the Hydras focus the High Templar, which is nice. Beast is pretty even on supply here to the Protoss, which is not bad for him at this stage of the game. He's consuming... he's got some consumes down and then got target fired. So he consumes units and dies with a bunch of energy. Not good. Not a good thing to do, Mr. Defiler, sir. But expanding again. Beast. Macro Beast. Right now. Beast is a macro beast. That is redundant as all get out. But he's managed to double expand here. He didn't bother taking this high ground base because it's a little bit harder to hold. Another Defiler is kind of hanging out. Like, what is this? Have these been plagued? No. No, they haven't. But enough Hydras. Do they now have 3/3? No. Do the Lings have any additional upgrades? No, but he's working on them, okay? They're in the production tab. No further upgrades on the way from YSC. Oh, he's got +3 attack, though, which is very, very good. And, dude, Beast just keeps macroing so well. He just has the base advantage here against the Protoss. Yes, he's losing a lot of stuff to things like Storm, a lot of stuff to Archons, to Zealots especially. But he just has so much Zerg that does it really matter. 59 total workers is amazing for the Zerg player. These upgrades are going. They're very slow. Obviously, Ling flank attack. Can you storm this entire length? Maybe, actually. That's a lot of High Templar. And Beast is like, I'm out. I'm just backing out. Don't mind me. Plague-oo, toss down. Another base maybe here for YSC up top left for 5th. Yeah, he's kind of fallen behind on worker count here. He really could use some shuttle play, maybe some recall shenanigans. These Zealots are very outnumbered, and some of them are plagued. So maybe don't go in there, guys. I don't know, just a thought. This group of Hydras gets caught behind the rest of them. Storm, 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 storm. Hydras fighting. Okay, they're doing pretty well. Another storm comes in, and that turns the tide, as it always does. The Psionic Storm has eaten so many Hydras today. The Plague is good, but the Storm is better. Plague can't kill anything. Storm does all the time. But this base getting mined out, this base really the only thing that's happening right now. I mean, if Beast is going to win this thing, it's going to be through sheer attrition. If he wins, he's going to have so many more units down than the Protoss player today. It's going to be a massive, massive difference. Consuming Hydras here. That Defiler gets a Plague. Okay. Dark Swarm pops up. That is enough to chase these units away. Dark Swarm first, maybe, to ward away the Protoss. This seems like a good idea. YSC has kind of been caught out here. Oh, Defiler wanders away from the Dark Swarm. Gets picked off. Was another Plague tossed down? Maybe. Maybe it was. It's hard to know. Ana Karena. All right. This is YSC making a big push down south. If he can do that, he can wipe out 2 Zerg bases at once, and economically be in a pretty good place. He's pulling back out of the range of the Dark Swarm, tossing darks, well, not dark, light storms onto the Dark Swarm. Psionic storms, that's what you want to call it, and I think we do. 155 to 142 supply. Zergy units heading over to this, again, top left expansion attempt here for YSC. That's a naked expand and Beast. In addition to kind of focusing on this battle, which is pretty tight, pretty neck and neck, he's also considering attacking that top left nexus as well, which is warping in. Is he going to let it finish? Oh, is he going there? The Beast is trying to win this, and then he does. Is he going to let it finish? Oh, he doesn't. It gets canceled. Meanwhile, YSC is in full retreat right now. He only has 1 base mining. And look, the Zerg player's at 1, 2, 3, 4, and even a little bit of mining in the main base, and the natural silica minerals in there. That is the nature of Zerg. You just they don't fully saturate their bases as much, so they have extra little bits of income from the first and second, long after Protoss and Terran have mined their mains and second bases out. 100%. So this is kind of a sloppy game from Beast. But you know what it came down to is him being able to get these 2 bottom right-hand bases, keep them alive. If YSC wants to beat this style of Zerg, so another Plague goes down, he needs to do more with the drops. More shuttle play, more Archons, maybe more Zealot run-bys. Just somehow getting units in here, because these aren't defended. I guess they're Sunkets here. But like any kind of an attack into this bottom right spawn location would just instantly kill every Zergling. Well, every drone there, and every Zergling that was there too, if there were any. I mean, this doesn't look like big... big, massive... like a big, massive Zerg army, right? Maybe right now there is, because we're at 172 Zerg supply. In the middle of those upgrades we talked about, yeah, these are 3-3 Hydras now. The Lings are at 3-2. 3-2 upgrades here for the Protoss as well. He's got the upgrades that he wants. He's not getting any more. High ground position, good place to hang on to, but YSC's got to feel frustrated. This is really the only... This is as deep as he's been able to get into Zerg territory, and he's just running into what seem like endless amounts of Lings and Hydras, and he's making some excellent trades against them, but he just can't keep it up economically. You can be the most cost-efficient Protoss in the world, but if your Zerg opponent has 40% more income than you do, then eventually they'll win just through sheer attrition. It's the Russian strategy in World War II. When they were fighting, it was just throw men at the problem, lost, I mean, what, tens of millions of, maybe even 100 million men in World War II, just because that's how they do things. They solve problems with dudes, and it's the Zerg strategy too. We solve problems by making, oh, did 15 Hydras just die? We're going to throw 16 Hydras at you next time. Ling attack down to the south, picks off, ooh, a couple High Templar, beautiful snipe there. Really great snipe there. Ling's running away. YSC's getting starved, and that's it. That's your GG. YSC taps out, and Beast actually wins a PVZ today. I gotta tell you, I clicked on this and was like, should I cast it? Poor Beast. He just never wins these things at all. I bet it's going to do another entry into his history of not being able to beat Protoss players. No, that's not what happened whatsoever. Well done, man. He gets the win. He's up to 192 supply at the end of the game, which is amazing. But yeah, just the attacks didn't really come onto any of his bases. The early Zealot stuff was great from YSC, for sure. Tried some DT stuff that got immediately shut down. Hydras got pulled back. Detection was there. The Corsairs didn't do enough to clear out those Overlords to make the DTs viable. And then from there, he just had the 4 base at the 2 base, and then he had a 5th base that actually died. And then during all that chaos, he expanded down here, and this worked out for him. He's finally now taking this high ground now that he's way, way ahead. But YSC not able to expand here, not able to expand here. If he's able to get these 2, he's feeling pretty good about himself. He can probably hold on. But he wasn't, and as a result, this was just a pure loss of attrition when it comes to YSC. Way to go, Beast. 225,000 points for YSC, 232 for Beast. That's what I'm talking about. It's close. This is the thing. You end up killing 602 Zerg units and only losing 200 of your own. That's a 3-to-1 kill-death ratio, which is usually enough to win these games. But no, because the Zerg produced almost 1,000 Zergy units in only 25 minutes today. That is some great macro out of Beast. Buildings raised, fairly negligible, but resources here, this is how he did it. He had a full, my goodness, like 15,000 more resources that he was able to spend than Beast in only 25 minutes. Yeah, YSC not able to get those bases up. Struggled a bit. Struggled a bit for sure. All right, amazing. Truly, truly good ZVP there. Well done, Beast. Like, I'm sure a lot of Zerg fans didn't click on this video because they were like, Beast always loses ZVPs. And it's true, he always did, but hey, it's always time to turn it around. He manages to pull one off here against a very good player, YSC. 370, like pretty close APM, 376 APM. And Beast at 380. So well done, Beast. YSC economically couldn't hang. And that was it. So that's going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.